Boom. Yeah, I see the words already. Yes, you are live. That means we are live. Welcome to In the Paint. It's Tuesday night between the hours of 9, I'll say to like about 10:30, 11. We are here with the Realist Talking Sports. My name is Angus Black. I'm the host / moderator. And joining me is my main man from Talking Trash Group, Sports Group, Jose. How you doing tonight, Jose?
Chilling, having a
Chilling?
great time.
Good to have you on as always, man. Welcome back, of course. And also the steadfast one, my man from NC by way of the Bronx. Dominic is live. Your mic is live, dude. How you doing, man?
Stop.
Uh-oh. What happened? I heard something. And
I'm
then you cut
trying to
off.
get my headset.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I don't think you can hear me. I don't know. And is there a back? That might have been him.
Yeah, he had the echo.
Yeah, he had the echo. All right. Well, anyway, we're going, like I said, we got a few things. Oh, let me see if I can get him back. Hold on. All right, Dom, your mic is live. Hopefully it's a little bit better. And nothing happening. Okay. Nothing happening. All right. Well, hopefully you'll be able to work out your kinks. Meanwhile, me and Jose are going to get into this. We're going to get a little Nick talk, little NBA lane talking. Backstage, Jose, we was talking about this topic with Julius Randle calling a players only meeting, before the Knicks go on this so-called daunting road trip that begins tonight in Utah. Very good team. Right now the Knicks are 6-7. I was reading a few of the articles online. They were saying how the Knicks are struggling, and I guess that's partly true. I mean, it showed improvement with the addition of Jalen Brunson. And but again, that word kind of troubled me for Knicks fans is, struggling or having a hard time putting stuff together. I'm not even a Knicks fan, and I see some brilliance being played. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, it might be up and down, but I do see it, and they could adjust and turn it around. It could be all go for the New York Knicks at this point. What do you think?
At this point in time, do you like the small lineup with Obi and Julius?
You know what? I don't know. I'm
See,
not really. Yeah.
see.
I'm not really
Because what else
overly.
you got?
Huh?
What else do you have after that? There's
Nothing.
really no.
Nah. There's nothing. You understand?
Because you got two similar players that are
Hmm.
stunting each other's so-called growth.
Right. Let me see. Oh.
Come on,
Hmm.
Obi's relentless to the rim. He attacks when he has to. Now he got a little 3-point shot. And he's getting a little 3-point thirsty, but he's hitting them.
Right.
So at the end of the day, he's going to take it to the rim. He ain't spinning around. He's not waiting to decide.
Hmm.
So I'd rather have that. If you're going to move the offense, get it 3 seconds. Yours, no, pass it up. I
Right.
don't like to give me and give me and give me and give me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point, Jose. Let me see. Dom, I think your mic is live. I can hear your background a little
Yeah,
bit.
Can you hear me, y'all?
Yes. Can
yeah.
you hear us?
All right.
Uh,
I heard what our boy said about the Knicks.
Okay. And you have I guess a retort.
Well, not a retort. I think I mentioned this to you before, Art. The Knicks have a very low basketball IQ
Yes. Yes. This is
as a
true.
group.
Hmm.
So while it may look cute with Obi and Randle, until Obi Toppin one learns how to shoot, don't get confused by this. He's shooting 40% from three when he's probably only shot 25 of them.
Right.
His
yes.
average is going down the more he stays in and the more he takes.
Right.
His inability to rebound because he's head set on running the floor before anybody gets the rebound, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody didn't tell him with his low IQ that you're a power forward. It's your job to get the rebound to
Right.
help us push it down court. Ain't no way in hell a guy 6'10's averaging 2-3 rebounds a day.
Right.
That's not going to work.
No, it's
I'm
not.
not. It's a collective issue with the Knicks. You hear a lot of the zombies on Twitter, Randle, Thibodeau. So I asked the question today. If Thibodeau got fired tonight, RJ Barrett close at the rim better? Obi Toppin average 5 rebounds? Does Rodney Jones go out and check the guy shooting the perimeter shot? Does all of this shit happen just because you fired Thibodeau? I'm just asking. I'm not.
Okay.
And everybody got quiet.
Well, look, you know what? It's funny you mentioned about his job security. What do you think about that? I'm just saying.
I wish he would quit. I wish he would resign.
Damn, Dom.
Yo, Dom, who would you want to be the coach?
I don't care because it ain't gonna make him no better.
I mean, but you gotta care. I'm just you have to care.
You know what I mean. Or what I'm getting at is like I started.
Right.
Thibodeau gets replaced by Rodney Jones tomorrow morning.
Right.
All of them things I say instantly work. Does RJ Barrett, after 4 years, learn how to close at the rim? Does Jose learn how to get out there and check his man overnight because Bishop's the coach? I don't think so. Their basketball IQ. That of a Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, if you guys watch the game, you see it. You can tell Jose and Bishop, go under the screen, go around the screen, get out on the perimeter. You can say that shit till you're blue in the face. But it ain't working, is it?
If they choose not to, that's it.
With them playing. How the hell? Let me ask y'all a question. How the hell do y'all score 135 points and lose?
Right. I'm glad you asked that because we got a guy that's gonna give us that answer. Yeah. The Bishop, your mic is live. Welcome to In the Paint, sir.
What up, fellas?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right. I see you got the little suave look on. You got the mock neck. You got the Rico Suave shaft look going on. Okay.
Whatever, son.
Whatever. Okay, I peeped that. So
whatever, son.
So, in answer to your question, how do you score 135 points and still lose? The other team scores 145 points. So,
okay.
I watched that game Sunday, and what I saw, and this is the first time in I'd say this is almost the 4th season that the coach started holding people accountable on defense and didn't reward lack of defense, but it's kind of like too late. You already let the horse out of the starting gate, and now you want to call the jockey and tell him it's a false start. It's like you allowed these guys to, and you want to pinpoint and say, oh, it's Fournier, it's Kemba Walker, it's this, it's that. No, the problem is the guy that you gave $120-something million to can't guard anybody. RJ Barrett can't guard anybody. He has 2 left feet. It's like, again, we gave you $128 million. You're supposed to be the young gun coming along. How do you let Shai Gilgeous-Alexander come into your spot and blow it up? That should have been that was the perfect opportunity for you to go out and be like, yo, this is our house. You're not coming in here doing that and take on the personal challenge. He didn't. Same way I tell you, when everybody's talking about it's Julius Randle's team, and Toronto Raptors come in, and then Anunoby drops like 37 in the Garden and shuts him down. So it's like you can't allow opposing players to come in, and that's your matchup. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is your matchup. So it's like you don't guard anybody. You can't beef about minutes because you don't guard anybody. Tibbs, you're supposed to be a defensive coach. I got to tell you, nobody plays defense. Nobody plays defense. The thing is, funnel everything to what's the name when he's not hurt. Funnel everything to the big Robinson or Mitchell Robinson. Funnel everything to him, and he'll discourage them from shooting because He's in there. He got long arms, and that's the defensive scheme.
Okay.
Randle only plays defense when he's angry. When he gets upset, then he'll play D. But everybody else, it's like no defense whatsoever. And Brunson, he tries, but Giddey was 6'8". What are you gonna do?
They switch everything, so it don't help you none neither. When no one plays their man, they switch off every now and then.
But is it to Bishop's point, funneling everything toward the middle and to the big? That's totally contradicted to what teams are doing with the Knicks. Yep. They're not even doing that. They're sitting outside and hitting wide open perimeter shots.
That's because his defensive scheme is to funnel everything to the middle, and these guys are like,
let me say this, Bishop, and I'm gonna stop with the Thibodeau thing. This is not the NFL. The NFL, you have defensive schemes.
Right.
The NBA is more of
hold your weight.
This is your man. Let's get on. I'd love to hear this defense in the NBA, like you're in an NFL war room saying, okay, chop block 30, 60 FY. No, get on your damn man. And if you look at the Knicks to a player, there's no way in hell, guys, that we're giving up that many perimeter shots. And it's some kind of defensive scheme. When you're a grown-ass man, just a minute ago, Bishop said, OG Anunoby comes in, he gives Julius Randle a business, he holds him down. That's an individual task. I always say this about basketball and defense. That's an individual task in the NBA. If you can't perform it, which the Knicks are blatantly showing us, they cannot defend it. And you know what? This brings me back a few years before Thibodeau, when the Knicks couldn't guard the perimeter. Everybody banging threes. Now it's like that shit on steroids. When's the last time a team didn't hit 20, 30 shots against the Knicks in the last 3-4 games?
Wow.
Yep, you started with Cleveland. It started with the Cleveland, the Nets, wreck, Boston caught wreck, and OKC came in and caught wreck too.
Yeah.
3-point range.
Yeah.
You bring up Boston, Bishop. How the hell you had one task that night? You shot 50, 40, 90. You had one task: guard the perimeter. Guard the perimeter. 50, 40, 90. You still get smoked because you couldn't do what?
Guard the perimeter.
Wow.
Guard the perimeter. That's just effort. That's just effort. But if you look at the games, it seems like they're always 2 steps, 3 steps away from their man, and their man is sitting out. These are NBA players. These are NBA level players. So at some point, if you give them wide open shots, they're gonna be able to hit them. Grant Williams, you give him enough wide open threes, he gonna hit them.
Yeah. Hold on for a second. Reg, your mic is live as well. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about that. Go ahead, guys.
This players only meeting.
That many open looks.
Yeah.
Even if you only hit 38%, that's a tad bit over league average.
Right.
Yep.
You're winning. You're winning that game.
Yep. Only teams that strategy might work with is the Lakers. This is the teams that are really bad 3-point shooting teams.
Right.
Teams that are really bad 3-point shooting teams, that strategy will work against them. But I'd say about 65 to 70% of the teams in the league, they at least have in their starting lineup, they at least have 2 guys who can shoot. And if you're not going to put a hand in their face, they're really good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to address something real quick. Dom, you had said about these players that most of the Knicks, or should I don't even know if I should say most of the Knicks, but certain individuals have low IQs, basketball IQs on that team. Who's to blame for that? Me personally, Leon Rose.
I blame Bishop, because I'll just look at one guy that me and Bishop have been talking about for 4 years now. Everybody's waiting for him to become fill in the blank. Just fill in the blank. Me and Bishop cannot fill in the blanks no damn more. We've warned everybody for 4 years. Just about one guy, guys. One guy. I can go down the list. We're talking about one guy who is now making $30 million a year. Highest paid Knick. Shoots the most shots on the Knicks for the last 2 years running now. But we're still waiting for him to become what? And sooner or later, as Bishop and I echo every other show, sooner or later, we all got to put our big boy pants on and say, you know what, Bish? It is what it is. I hate that saying. It reminds me of my son. He used to say it all the time, and I hated it then. But now I learned to accept it. It is what it is. He is what he is. He's an Alfred at best.
Yo,
Sacramento.
Yo,
I'll let Bishop finish.
Well, so we missing at Mac because he's the crusader for RJ. He's an RJ crusader. You know what I'm saying? He's always got a defense. Always got. It's like so. A couple of things to me. It's like if the other kid, if he can stay consistent, he could take those minutes.
Cam
Reddish.
Cam?
Yeah.
If he stays consistent with how he plays D, and at least
Cam,
scores
Cam
like
is a better defender than RJ. Much better.
15 points. 15 points. He's a better offensive player too. Because in college, in college he was a much better offensive player. It's just that I don't know if it's like the game is. I think he needs to hit the weights because he's always being knocked off his position. Like when he's making moves,
he's always deferred. He always defers. He's not.
He looks like he reminds me of Spreewell. He reminds me of a Latrell Sprewell type in that he's quick, he's really fast off the ball, and if you ain't careful, like you're gonna get dunked on. But he just he needs to hit the weights because he's like he doesn't. When I say like hold his position, meaning like if he's trying to make a move to the basket, he's easily knocked off of his
or if he's setting up on the block, they move him about 4 or 5 feet off the way he wants the ball.
Yeah. He needs
then
to hit
got to turn around and face up. Yeah.
He needs to hit the weights because if he plays as consistent as he's capable of, he's taking those minutes. And it's crazy that the only people who play defense are the subs. So when the subs come in, you got Rose, you got Q,
Quickly.
you got Q,
Quentin Grimes.
you got Quentin Grimes, you got the other big kid, the one with the afro.
Yep.
Oh, Sims.
Sims.
Those are the only guys that play defense. The starters, I said Randle only plays D when he gets mad. So he is capable of playing D, and I got my hat's off to him. I'll tip my hat to him because he is focusing on what his strong suit is, mid-range, driving to the basket. RJ, so when I look at his game, he's not the worst. He's not the worst, but he just focuses too much on what's not his game. And I said this before, it's like if you look at him, he's like a more athletic sort of the dude from Chicago.
DeVine or the other one?
No, The one who used to play in Toronto, DeRozan. He's a more athletic DeRozan, and he just will not focus on that mid-range. I don't know why.
Because that's the analytics, bro. They rather you take the three even if you go and miss it, which makes no sense to me.
You know what I'm saying? He's good at cutting to the basket. Like he's good at cutting to the basket. He makes great cuts to the basket, and his mid-range game from that free throw line around in that area is crazy. But he just wants to be like something else, and it's just like I get so tired of watching these left-hand robotic drives to the basket that it's like, yo, only thing they're doing is sitting on his left hand, and then it's like you can't use your right hand, and you still going left, and it's just not working.
If he never had to dribble, he'd be all right. He's 2 inches away from being Jalen Rose.
Well, Jalen Rose even improved on his handle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even he improved on his handle.
Right.
It's like, even he improved on his handle, and I'm like, and then the decisions, like every game, there's about 4 or 5 instances where it's 1-on-4, where he's got the ball on the break, and he's going 1 against 4. And I'm like, dude, this is your 4th year in the league. I'm expecting you not to do that dummy stuff. That shows a low basketball IQ. It's like you're not going to score 1 against 4. You're not.
I see somebody shaking their head. What you gotta say, Reg? Go ahead. I see you shaking your head.
Well, what? He was a freshman coming out of college. He completed his freshman year.
Yeah, Dookie. He was a Dookie.
So basically, this is what his first year in the pros. This would have been his first year.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say give him time to grow, but listen, you paid that money. You knew what you was getting yourself into with this kid, and 11 don't change his spots, i.e. Daniel Jones. So guess what? You get what you pay for.
He's capable. He's capable of doing. He's capable of playing
okay,
better.
he's capable, but damn, when we going to see it?
They just not.
Oh, wait a minute. Only when they play in Indiana. My fault.
No, they just not holding him accountable.
Hold on, I gotta finish bowling, y'all. I gotta finish bowling.
Yeah. Okay. When you start allowing him to take 20 shots a game to get 20 points a game,
right.
That's where you drop the ball. You should have nipped it in the bud right there.
That's that volume shooter tag. That means to a chucker. That's it. Volume shooter means to a chucker.
If you shoot 19 shots, so Joel Embiid was 19 for 28, and he had 59 points.
Word.
Kevin Durant shot 13 of 20 and had 37 points off 13 shots. So you should be able to score 20 points off 8 to 12 shots. That's what your free throws. If you hit 1 or 2 threes, you should average about 20 points off 8 to 12 shots. And I'm being generous by saying 12 when I really only want to give him 10. But I'm being generous. Being generous by saying I'll give him the extra 2 because I'm like, okay, well, maybe if he doesn't shoot threes. If he doesn't shoot threes, then you'll give him an opportunity. You could be 8 for 12, 7 for 12, 6 for 12. That's where you should be every single night. That's where he should be. And then as you get more comfortable, as you expand your offense, then you are able to create more fouls, get fouled more, go to the line more. So you add another 3 to 5 points from free throws, and then you got your 20 to 25 points a night.
You want to get more points, get more steals, play better defense, get that fast break points. That's what you want to do anyway.
He got 2 left feet.
See, but you know what though? I blame the management with that because your first 3 years, you know what he is, and to give him an extension, it's crazy to me.
Because they felt handcuffed,
right?
Because somehow or another, management too busy reading Twitter. The organization, because too many things you hear mimicked on Twitter actually happen nowadays.
Right.
Like I said this once before. Everybody bitched about we couldn't get Donovan Mitchell. We couldn't get Donovan Mitchell because Obi Toppin is not Laurie marketing. We put our players and our what people call assets on such a high plateau until it comes time to move them. We've seen it twice this year, guys. When the Knicks were adamant on trying to move up in the draft and get Jaden Ivey. Nobody jumped. Nobody jumped on their picks, on the players. Then you got Knicks fans getting upset that, oh my God, they want Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly in picks for Donovan Mitchell. Name one of those players that's going to be an all-star in the next 5 years that you was trading to get an all-star. And I wasn't all for getting Donovan Mitchell. But it proved the point that everything that we think is such grand, it's not. We saw it twice this summer. We couldn't move these guys for a bag of fucking donuts.
Well, it would have been ideal. It would have been ideal if we were able to move RJ, but you got one thing is he's playing out of position. He's 6'6" and he's playing small forward.
He's in a 3. He's a 2.
Yeah. He's 6'6" and he's a 2. He's a 2 at best,
but he can't shoot.
He can't shoot and he can't guard anybody.
Right.
So he can't guard a parked car and he can't shoot. So now you stuck with an undersized three because those threes, most of those threes are like a 6'9" with long arms with a 7-foot wingspan. That's athletic, that can shoot, that can switch and guard multiple positions. That's the utility guy. That's the 6'9" guy. So you doing your team a disservice by hiding him at the 3 spot, and he can't guard a 3 because he's too short and too slow to guard a 3, which is crazy to me because it's like you're a 2 playing as a 3 and you're too slow to guard 3s. And it's like I watch some of those games and it's just like he's always out of place on defense. Like he's always in the wrong spot on defense all the time. I'm like, so at some point you got to know, hey, I could hedge and at least pretend like I'm playing defense, or he don't even make that effort. And it's crazy because you're in the starting lineup. And last season, the scapegoated Kemba Walker, which is I told you guys this. They scapegoated Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker's always been 6 feet. You knew, he didn't shrink. You knew that's what you were getting, a 6 foot.
Right.
Just like Jalen Brunson. Okay, Jalen Brunson hits a few more shots, but he's still an undersized point guard. So you pretty much got an upgrade to Kemba Walker, but he's just an undersized point guard the same. The problem is you got Randle, you got RJ. They took Fournier out of the starting lineup, which is stupid to me because it's like that's the guy that you want to hide on defense because he can give you offense. That's the guy that you want in the starting lineup. So if everybody else is holding their weight and he's the weak link, they can make up for it because he's got slow feet, but he can shoot. He's coming off screen. So,
but he wasn't shooting though. He wasn't shooting though
because they're not giving him the ball.
And I think that's actually, I think what's going on with him is actually hurting his shooting because now it looks like when he shoots, he's praying it goes in.
He's a
like,
40,
oh, shit, if I miss, I know where I'm going.
48%, is this 46 or 48% three-point shooter for his career? So anywhere that he's been, he's shot 46 or 48%. I'm not sure, but he's in the high 40s on his three-point shooting everywhere that he's been. Orlando, Boston, everywhere that he's been shooting from 3-point. So he's a career 40-something% three-point shooter. So he's actually the best three-point shooter on the Knicks. So why then am I watching RJ shoot threes? Why then am I watching Randle shoot more threes than the best three-point shooter that you have on the team?
Because Fournier can't get his own shot.
Yep. Again, when these guys have the ball, sometimes they look him off to take their threes.
Yeah, of course. He can't get his shot. You have to run. Once again, you got to run plays for Fournier. You have to have him run off a screen. You have to set a down pick. Have action on the other side. You have to have him move around. Give him the ball. Have him try and dribble. And he doesn't do that.
Well, he can in some instances, but in New York, it's not going to work. Because
when
he was in Orlando, when he was in Orlando, he did that.
Right.
Here in Boston, he didn't have no space for that. There was no space. Yeah. There was no room for that. Here in New York, you can shoot, come off the screen, run the pick and. I don't understand why they don't have action for him and Randle to run a pick and roll or have Randle in the post and have them feeding the post so that they can't ever double Randle, because if you leave him open, he gonna hit that three. That's how he eats. But once that ball goes to the left hand side, it's not coming back. It's crazy. And I think what's the name is going to wind up paying for it. And he could say Mitchell Robinson is hurt. We got injuries. The coach.
Yeah.
The coach. I think he's going to wind up paying for it. And it serves him right, because you scapegoated Kemba Walker last season. You made all these excuses. It's the same problem you had last season. The starters don't play defense. The same problem you had last season. Randle doesn't play defense until he's prodded. RJ doesn't play defense at all. I don't know how many these first 13 games. Dom, how many timeouts has Tibbs called after RJ has missed like 2 or 3 assignments on defense? How many timeouts has he called? Like, what else you gonna say? I was surprised that he sat him.
If Thibodeau didn't sit him last game, that alphabet kid, Gilchrist Alexander,
he
might have scored 60.
Yep. Yep. That's right.
But I always look back at the Kemba, and I don't think he used that as a free card. I think Thibodeau, me, you, and everybody on this line knew, irregardless of, Kemba Walker was 6'1", he ain't. But we all knew, one, the wheels were coming off him.
Yep, and he don't play defense. Never have, never will.
Right. So it was sort of like a shock. Like, why did we even bother getting this guy?
Yeah, but what you needed him for?
Now the coach got to suffer because, again, it's being forced on his hand, just like everything else this front office is doing. You drafted light players. You traded for a Cam Reddish, who we got a couple of light players that he is. So now we got a group of light players, and they're all in each other's way. And Fournier, I hate to say it, he's the odd man out now. He's the new Kemba Walker.
Well, the only problem with that is he's a 46% three-point shooter for his career.
Yeah, but they're not looking at that no more, bitch.
Yeah, but if you saying that you don't have shooting, and then you show me that you have a 46% three-point shooter for his career, sitting over there on the bench,
right?
Then I gotta tell you, Coach, something's wrong with your game plan.
Right.
Something's wrong with your game plan because
they need defense. It's not like, okay, if let's say as a team we'll shoot with Fournier, we'll shoot 33-34% from three. It's not making up. Because now it's just not Fournier. We could sit back and say, you know what, he's never played defense. But now you got a collective bunch of morons that ain't playing defense. So now we need to score. So the guy that everybody says can't play defense is going to be the one to suffer. But collectively, the only person I can see that's a good defender is Cam Reddish.
That's it.
Maybe Quentin Grimes.
Yes.
They say, from what he showed, he's a pretty good, lockdown one-on-one defender. But other than that, throw that coin in the air. Because Mitchell Robinson can only block shots. He can't check nobody on the perimeter.
Rose plays pretty decent defense in that second unit. And
second unit, yes.
Depending on
coming off him too, bitch.
Depending on the matchup, Quickly will play defense as well, depending on the matchups.
Depending
on the matchups, he'll play defense too. And the second unit, they seem to get after it, even though they have deficiencies on defense. They seem to get after it. All of them seem to get after it. It's that first unit that they just, it's like they're entitled. Like they feel like they're entitled to minutes. They're entitled to, like if I miss my assignment 3 and 4 times. That I'm still playing, so there's no consequences. And I would like to see
second unit's hungry.
I would like to see, I would like to see, not taking Fournier out of that starting lineup, adding Fournier. Keeping Fournier and yanking RJ and putting Reddish in there when he starts fucking up. Do that, and then see how that, because if you're getting steals and if you're helping out and he's the guy that's all over the place. That makes up for the Fournier deficiency. That makes up for that. See how that goes.
I was trying to tell people last time, Bishop, I don't know if you was on the phone or on the line, that some folks down south, I live a little closer to the triangle than Bishop. There were some folks, I told y'all last week, there were some folks that were scratching their head that RJ Barrett went ahead of Cam Reddish.
Right.
In the draft.
Yep.
Here in North Carolina, where they both played. That was a head scratcher to some people. Like, it was like too many things that RJ Barrett had to work on. And he's still working on them. Foul shots.
Yep.
Shooting, defense. Where Cam Reddish, everybody knew, one, he was super athletic. He got after you on defense. He could run the floor. He's not a great shooter, but he was a far better shooter than Barrett. So when RJ went 3, even me, who watches all the ACC games, I was like jumping on board with these people. Like, how the fuck? Excuse me. How did this happen?
Well, you got to think he was on one of the wheels on the Zion bandwagon.
Right.
So
yeah.
Zion, when Zion came out, it was like Zion and RJ. At one point, because they were so focused on Zion that gave him a lot of open drives to the basket. And then people felt like, okay, well, if he's getting open drives to the basket, he's athletic, that's going to transform really well in the NBA. Him driving to the basket and getting those, people won't be able to guard him. Only thing is, people overlook the fact that he can't dribble. He can't create off the dribble. He's one-dimensional. He can't shoot. He has a really low basketball IQ. I don't know how many times this season, 4 years in, that I'm watching him jump up in the air because he gets stuck when he drives left and he's throwing the ball away. Live ball turnovers. Then the other team gets the ball, go down, either hit a three, get an N1, or one of his teammates gets in foul trouble because they got to try to help make up for the fact that you just threw the ball away. So
yeah, you can't be the supposedly heir apparent making $30 million and you're barely shooting 70% from the foul line.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Nah, I feel you, Dom.
And that was all of the things that we're saying were all the things that he was fighting at North Carolina. But as Bishop said, a lot of it got camouflaged because everybody was gluing in on Zion. And guess what? That team didn't go to the Final Four. They didn't win no national championship.
Nope.
So they all went in the draft. But the only puzzling thing was Barrett going third and Cam Reddish was still hanging out there.
Yep.
Which creates off of both hands. He goes to the basket. He creates off the dribble. He just for the NBA game, he needs to bulk up. He needs to hit the weights.
That's it.
He gets bounced off of his, and if he hits the weights and gets into his like man strength, he'll be like a second coming of a Latrell Sprewell type of player.
And you gotta remember the one thing that scares me about Reddish. I always say this: Cam Reddish's worst enemy, because you'll see Cam Reddish do some incredible stuff, and the next play you be like, "What the did he just do?" I don't get it. But
he likes the N1 mixtape moves. He
loves that Euro step.
Yeah, he likes the N1 mixtape. He wants the oohs and the ahs. It's like just lay the ball up. Just lay the ball up. Like why'd you need to double pump it, come around on the other side, over the back of your head, not looking at the backboard, and then get it pinned. It's like, the referee's not gonna give you that. The referee not giving you that, dude. So some of those moves when he's squeezing through because he's in the half court set, he gets to the rim quick. So it's just like he just needs to hit the weights because it's like, dude, you're a little weak. Like guards are moving you out of your spot, and that shouldn't be because he's like what 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7". Little guards too, not even big guards. Little guards, 6'5", 6'3" guards.
Yeah. It's crazy. So,
but I digress. And
yes,
I'm sure Mac is turning over in his bed right now with all of this negative talk about RJ because he's a part of RJ's defense team.
Well, not just Mac. Apparently, also point guard Jalen Brunson. Apparently.
Yeah. How many times he passed him the ball? Watch the games. Watch the games. Tell me, watch the game. Yo, watch the games, and you see how many times Brunson gives him that ball. Because if he's the heir apparent, then the chemistry would be between Brunson and him. If you peep it, the chemistry is between Brunson and Randle.
Right.
And he's getting everybody else the ball. He don't really pass RJ the ball like that unless RJ is cutting. Or like if he's wide open on the baseline. If he's wide open on the baseline for those baseline 3-pointers, when the shot clock is running down, then he'll pass him the ball. Other than that, he don't really give him the ball because he don't have to. He's taking as many shots. Any shot he wants, he takes it.
And ironically, the Duke brothers are currently 2 for 9, 0 for 3 from 3, and the Knicks are down by 5.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, well, they'll win against Utah. Utah's they got hot. Yeah, they got hot. They feeling themselves, but they are licking their wounds off of that Joel Embiid, that German dude. What's his name? Markkanen or whatever. He having flashbacks to the big black dude coming in there and eating his lunch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, after Joel Embiid came in there, I mean, this dude was like on the court. I thought he was gonna cry, yo. Watching the play, yo. Joel Embiid came there, ate his lunch, drunk his drink, sat down, took a nap in his bed. It's like, yo, like,
wow,
it's crazy.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, though, that was some crazy shit, man. This dude had like 24 free throws. Embiid.
Yep.
That's
hell yeah, man. Well,
he could do that every night, though. He could.
That's
not 24.
Yeah,
yo, dude. Every time he go to that basket, he's
like
big.
the only old school center that's left in the NBA. Low post, turn around, mid range. Right. He can do it all.
Yeah,
and not a lot of centers can do that.
Right.
But when they keep juggling what's his name's nuts, Joker. And it's like, dude, that guy plays no defense. He plays no defense. They're in the Western Conference. Great. He can do a lot of things with the ball. He's very talented.
Right.
He can do a lot of things with the ball. But what have they accomplished?
Same thing for him to win.
The same thing, yeah. Same thing.
But I'm saying, for him,
they choked it out too, just like that.
Right.
Jokic, the only thing Jokic ain't cry yet. That's it.
But I'm saying, for him to win 2 MVPs back to back, what has this guy done?
Ran up against
look at his numbers, and that's what people do. They look at his numbers, they looked at his PER, and he had the best in the league. And he's playing without his point guard. And he was
like the only one-man squad for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did that do?
You look at Joel Embiid. I mean, okay, he went from Ben, I'm scared to shoot Simmons, to James, I want to shoot all the time hard. I mean, it's kind of weird, but you know what?
But in between, he had the Jimmy Butler and let him go.
Yeah, but he still had to put up numbers. He still had to put. Last year, he was averaging. He led the league. He led the league in scoring. His team was better, had a better record, and if for some reason, the pundits who get their votes for the MVP were in March. The award is granted in June. They started the politicking before March, but then in March it became full throttle Joker. Oh, this guy plays, this guy this guy that. He doesn't miss games, he doesn't miss that. Dude, you do realize we're in a post-pandemic era, and guys are in pandemic protocol and things like that. So you can't hold that against them if they can't play because they're in pandemic protocol. Or if a guy is legitimately hurt, like how are you holding that against them? It's not like they're saying, load management or something like that. Guys are legitimately hurt. And they're like, well, Joker he played 70-something games, so we're going to give it to him because he played more games. So when you mentioned to me on last week about the scoring average, so what I didn't say and what I meant to say is, even though they play less games and they do a weighted average of the scoring. So if you play 30 games, let's just say for argument's sake, if you play 30 games and you average in 35 points in those 30 games, and somebody else has played 50 games and they do a weighted average. So it's not like you get an advantage by playing less games and averaging more points. You understand what I'm saying?
But you do overall, because at the end of the day, like I'll give you an example. Kyrie ain't gonna play this game. Kyrie missed 122 games. He only played 110. So no matter how many games he scores, Joe Harris is gonna have a better average, meaning he's played more games.
Yeah, but you still gotta score the buckets, though. Is what I'm saying. So,
I understand that, but your numbers are inflated because you're playing less games.
Right
now, they weight it, but your overall career numbers are going to stay inflated because you scored 30 points even though you played 20 games. That still is going to add to your overall points per game.
So what about the 40-something% from? Well, about 50% from the field, about 40-something% from 3-point line, 90%. That's what Kyrie shoots.
When? Not all the time. Not all
That's
the
his
time.
career average. His career average. He's
See,
in the
there you
high
go again.
40s.
Career average. Once again, now you're talking about total games. And I just told you he missed 3 seasons.
You still have to score.
He missed 3 seasons.
You still have to score though.
My bad. He missed 2 seasons out of 4.
I'm saying
so if you play 2 seasons out of 4, you're gonna have a higher average than if you play 4 seasons.
So how do you account for that with his shooting percentage, his shooting percentage from the field, his shooting percentage from 3-point range, and his
career average means you're averaging the shots. So if you're only taking 10 shots in 5 games compared to taking 10 shots in 50 games, don't tell me the 10 shots you took in the 5 is the same with the 10 you took in the 50. But that stays it stays along with your career.
So you tell me that Joe Harris is a better player than Kyrie Irving?
No, that's not what I'm saying. He's a better he's a better percentage shooter than Kyrie. He shoots a better percentage than Kyrie.
From where?
Anywhere. But doesn't take the same amount of shots as Kyrie.
He doesn't shoot from the perimeter. He only takes 3.
He shoots 3s and he shoots 2s.
And layups. 3s and layups.
It doesn't matter. It's still a perimeter shot.
3s and layups.
It's not a 3. It's a 2. It's still a perimeter shot.
So who would you rather have?
Joe Harris. If Joe Harris is shooting 48% from 3, let's just say he's shooting 48% from 3, and he's shooting 50% at the field. What is he shooting from 2-point range?
Who would you rather have?
60%, right? So by percentage, he's a better shooter than Kyrie. But you're telling me no now, right?
Who would you rather have on the court? Who would you rather have?
In all actuality, he is a
I'd rather have Joe Harris if I want a shot made.
You would rather have Joe Harris than Kyrie Irving?
Yes. If I want a shot made percentage-wise, I'd rather Joe Harris. If I want someone to make a shot, Kyrie Irving.
So everybody's saying he's done and this and that. I guarantee you, somebody, and like I said, I'm not a Kyrie fan, but guys averaging 27 points and shooting 45% from the field, 40-something% from 3-point range, and 90-something% from the free throw line. Those guys are not a dime a dozen in the NBA. That's why the teams put up with him. So, and that's why the Novellas are really hard pressed to get rid of him, because who are you going to get to replace that 27 points? And it's not like he's a volume shooter when he's scoring his 27 points. It's not like he's a volume shooter. So you can say, okay, well, he plays less games or whatever. I got that. But when he's on the court, he still has to score.
But he's also a selfish player too. He doesn't share. So when he's not on, he's not helping you defensively either.
What is Joe Harris doing? Joe Harris is out there.
Doesn't matter. But Joe Harris don't get paid to do that. Joe Harris is your fourth option.
Kyrie's 8 games,
Joe Harris is your fourth option.
28%.
Joe Harris
in his 8 games this year, he's only shooting 28% from 3.
For those first 8 games.
Kyrie.
For the first 8 games. But
come on, he's a 40% shooter for 3, right?
For those
28.
first 8, but I'm saying
for his career though, right?
For his career? Nah, for his career, he's a 39.1.
Well, wait a minute. You said 50, 40, 90, right?
He's a 40% shooter from the 3-point line. He's a close to 50-something% from the field, and a 91 or 92% from the free throw line, averaging 27 points a game.
I can tell you right now, definitely on the field goal percentage is at 47% career wise.
Right.
You understand?
Wherever he is.
He's scoring.
Exactly. But that's not 50, 40, 90. That's 47, 38, 88. Come on. You see how you're going down?
So 47. So again, like I said, I would much rather have Kyrie on the court.
40, 38, 9, 80. That's
still 27 points. That's still 27 points. There's
a lot of people that do that though.
Where? In the NBA?
Yeah.
Or at Mitten? Where?
Kawhi does that. Paul George does that. And
that's 2.
Who else? Giannis does that.
There's 350. There's 350 players in the league. 450 players in the league.
Jokic does that. You got a center that does that.
Okay, so there's 450 players in the league. You just named 4.
You said not a lot of people. I kind of named 4 people, 5. All right, you want to keep on going? Devin Booker.
There's 450 guys in the league.
Keep on going.
No, not Chris Paul. Stop.
He did at one point. No. Chris Paul do it at one point for real.
There's
Now when he was
450
with
guys in the
the
league.
Pelicans, aka
No.
the Hornets, no.
No.
Now with Tyson Chandler, no.
No.
Okay.
There's 450 guys in the league. You just named. I stop. There's 450 guys in the league.
All right. So
I'll give you 10. I'll give you
10's
10.
not a lot. 15's not a lot. How would be a lot for you?
Out of 450.
Yeah. So I need 100. You need 100, right?
About 50 would be a lot.
About 50.
About 15 guys. I'll give you 15. I'll give you 15. 15 out of 450
50, 40,
guys.
90, 15 guys. Or better than Kyrie, same amount, same numbers as Kyrie.
15 guys. Name them. There aren't any.
Okay.
There aren't any.
I'll look into that.
And yeah, we're gonna continue this.
Right. I'm saying
we're gonna continue this. I got that.
If they are with comparable numbers, know that they're a post player because they're getting a lot of dunks. Know that they playing at the rim.
Okay. All right. So I'll take the post players out of it. I got you.
No.
I agree with that.
You can keep them in there too because
I'm gonna agree with you. No, I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you with that because Kyrie has to get his own shot. Post players need someone to feed them, so it's not equivalent. I give you that.
Okay.
I understand that one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that.
We're gonna
Jose,
come back.
I like you, man. I like you, Jose.
No, for real. I understand that. I respect where you're coming from. I agree.
I like you.
Yeah.
No. I like you. Who added this paprika to the show?
Come on. Who do you think? Who do you think, fool?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? He got good. He has very good energy. Very good energy.
No. This is good. This is good.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I just forgot what the hell I was gonna talk about, man. I think I'll probably what?
Too tight.
What about that football? What about that football?
You already know.
Oh my God!
But wait, before we get to football, let me just throw this out there real quick. Dom, hang in there. Okay, hang with me, brother. Boxing. You know this fool. Did you hear about this one?
You talking about Deontay Wilder?
Yes.
Yeah, why did you try to resuscitate careers? Like, just let him go. Come on, man.
I already told you. How tall is Deontay Wilder?
About 6'7", 6'8".
6'7", 6'8". I saw a video of him in some skinny jeans twerking. He was like, there was like 8 or 9 dudes in a circle, and he was in the middle twerking with some black skinny jeans. No, some black jeggings with a shirt tied to the side. I can't ever see that dude the same. Ever see that dude the same. And then somebody in the group posted some like R&B like love some video.
Yo,
I'm like, yo, that was trash.
He's singing now.
Trash.
Exactly.
Oh, come on.
Trash. He want to be what is it? Donnell Jones? Who's the 6'8" dude that was singing the R&B?
Oh, Montel Jordan.
Montel
Jordan. It's like, yo, it's disgusting. It's like, yo, it's disgusting. Then you gonna try to sell sex?
Yo,
sell sex. It's like, dude, get out of here, dude. You'd be better off getting an OnlyFans page.
Wow. Well, I guess you don't think much of this fight, obviously.
Who is he fighting? Taco Bell?
Ruiz. Yeah. He's fighting Taco Bell. This is supposed to be for some qualifier. So whoever wins gets the right to fight who the hell? Damn. Tyson Fury, supposedly. In 2023. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And then you wonder why I'm not interested in boxing.
Yeah.
It's a damn joke.
It is, man.
The heavyweight division. The heavyweight division.
The heavyweight.
Yeah.
Is a joke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The heavyweight division is a joke.
It used to be the crown jewel. Used to be.
Now
it hasn't been that.
Mm-hmm. Now it's the division with Crawford, and it's the little guys. The little guys are getting
that's
all
it.
the little Tank Davis.
Exactly.
The little guys are getting all the shine.
Yeah.
The heavyweights. Trash.
Well, first of all, they got 106 belts.
That's the problem.
So I mean,
that's the problem.
And they're not stripping anymore. They used to strip. If you number one and you ain't fight someone in the top five, we take the belt away from you.
That's the problem as well.
Jose,
that was the problem.
We had that conversation, Jose, a couple of years ago. That those days of you being number one and he don't get a shot after so long was unheard of.
Yep.
Now you don't know who's number one because you got 150 divisions and 64 belts. It's like, who the hell holds the title now? Does anybody have all the belts in any weight class?
I think there might be one or two. I think. I can't even name them. I can't even name them, to be honest with you.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. And plus the fact you said 100-something belts, and listen, you also have 100 different lists, these pound for pound lists. You got 150, 175 of them. Who knows who's really number two, who's really number three, who knows who's really number one for that matter? You understand? Because it's a whole bunch of fuck shit that's going on.
The heavyweight division, just throw all of them guys out and start fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the heavyweight division. It's like either the guys are too old. You got senior citizens out there being beat like a piñata. It's like, yo, come on, man. It's like, yo, who's Ortiz? I'm like, come on, Ortiz.
Yeah, that was.
It's like, yo, dude, like, somebody stop this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's grandfather's out there being beaten just for no good reason.
Great grandfather.
Yeah, just for no good reason. For no good reason. For no good reason.
It's crazy.
Either they too old or they coming in there looking like Butterbean. just big, fat, out of shape. It's just like, yo, you know what? The tough guy at the bar. You know what I'm saying? You want to fight? Yo, you want to fight?
You next. Come on in.
Yeah, come on.
Well, why do you guys think but why do you think I joke around about Deontay Wilder's early on opponents and whatnot? Them being cab drivers and street vendors and all that. There's a reason I said it. There's a reason the street vendors, cab drivers, barbers. Yeah, that was them.
Backyard brawlers.
Exactly. There you go.
Old school Kimbo Slice. Remember Kimbo?
Yeah, of course.
In Florida.
Of course. God bless his soul. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let's get into some NFL action, man, shall we? Okay. First thing. What? Yeah. Okay, laugh it up, yuck boy. Okay, laugh it up. What? You know what? Stop being disrespectful to my team, man.
They're doing a good job on their own.
That's okay. It's a long season. It's all right. We allowed to slip up or two. Okay, it's all right, man. You know, just know that they're not going to hold being in third place for too long with that record. They're going to straighten themselves out. You understand?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it was some fuck shit going on at the end of that regulation. I get it. And I'm like, and I'm working during this time. And I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's happening here? You know, I think Dom had hit me up like, you not watching this? I said, listen. I don't even know. I'm at this point, I just got so frustrated, and I knew they was gonna lose. Just like the game before that, I said they're not performing well. They're letting this team, the Jets, hang around. I knew they was gonna lose that game. This one, I was hoping the curse of Kirk Cousins would come back and bite him in the ass, but it didn't. Yo, what can I say, man? Shit happens, you know. So, but we're gonna rebound. We're gonna rebound. I'm like,
never underestimate the power of Kirk Cousins,
bro.
We just talked about him last week, man.
Yo,
we just talked about. Remember, the guy might be a little crazy, but there's times he actually puts up numbers, man.
Exactly.
He does that shit to the Bills.
Yo, I gotta give it to him. The boy made a couple of throws. I was mad impressed. I didn't think he could fit it in there like that. But I gotta give it to him. I know if Mac was here, he'd be like, nah, I'm not giving him nothing. He's a bum. No.
Well, you know that feeling that you had at the end of overtime when you got yourself excited and you guys were like in the red zone and you were like, yes. Like he ran for a couple of 15, 20-yard pickups and the ball was moving. You know that deflated feeling that you had, that feeling? I empathize with you because we have a lot of those moments with Daniel Jones
for sure,
where he just throw the air, like everybody is all excited, and then the arena just gets like the football arena just gets like quiet. The people are throwing their beers and just walking out.
That loud.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everything comes flying at him. Yeah.
Exactly.
That feeling.
Yeah.
That feeling that you had, I know that feeling. So I was like, yo, I didn't go in too hard because I was like, yo, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts because we've had those moments. We've had those moments with Daniel Jones where it's like, yo, we in it.
Right.
And then a sack and a fumble.
Yeah.
Or a pick, a throw that it's just like, yo, who are you throwing that to?
Right.
There's not even a blue jersey in that area.
Right. Exactly.
So,
exactly. All right.
But, I'm not happy that they didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm a Jets fan.
Oh yeah, he was happy about that last week. That's two
I'm
in a
a
row.
Jets fan.
That's two
But
in
the
a row.
sad thing about Allen, he's done this in like the last 2 games for sure.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Against the Jets and against Minnesota with them late interceptions.
Right.
And he damn near got them all the way down after that field goal with his legs.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
He did.
And then when he did decide to throw the ball, wow.
You know what I didn't like, what I don't like, and I hate this every fucking time. I hate this. Yo, stop praising this dude. Again, stop praising this dude. Okay? I mean, he's very good. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But y'all want to throw all this, it's like y'all are jinxing him. Oh, superstar. Oh, MVP. Oh, this, that.
They're not gonna do it. No, they're not gonna do it. They waiting for the next great white hope. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. They so desperate for it. They talking about Daniel Jones deserves an extension.
Okay, yeah, for real. Well, I hope
he's
he gets
like,
No, that's because my hatred of the Giants. I like I said, I want you guys to finish like 14-3 or 13-4 and get that tough schedule next season and sign Daniel to like about 4 or 5 years. Oh yeah,
you don't want to do that because this is one of the years that they come out of nowhere, win the Super Bowl, and then Daniel gets the fucking extension. They don't win when they're supposed to. The Giants don't win when they're supposed to. That was in the 80s.
This is true.
Now it's like, huh? Like the last time they won, did you really look at that team was a world beater, 8-8? Yeah.
Nope.
Nowhere
near.
And they ain't getting that lucky this go.
Yeah.
They're a first round exit. I don't care what their record.
That's what I'm saying. Get the playoffs, get bumped in the first round, see what it tastes like, and then talk about it later.
Yeah,
don't think you're going anywhere.
Even that would be great because now you got to come back next year with a tougher schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And give that boy his money because I'm telling you, they're gonna give him money. Watch.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. If they were, they would have.
Yeah, exactly.
If they were, they would have.
You got a good point, but I'm just saying there's that slight off chance.
So that means I'm saying you mean to tell me that there's nobody out there better than him?
What's the alternative? Well, okay, what's the alternative?
Does anybody out there is better?
Okay, name them. There's not. What? Okay, Dak. Dak's backup. Who?
You gotta convince
Mayfield.
The kid that played for the Redskins last night.
Heineke.
Yeah.
That's
Mariota.
You got hell no. You got
that's what I'm saying. It's like what? And if the Giants keep on playing as good as they are, who they gonna draft? What quarterback's gonna be there?
Right. They're really gonna be shit.
Yes.
And then, like Dar said, they have a good record this year, get knocked out in the first round, get that tough schedule next year,
and you don't get a draft pick to get your quarterback anyway. You better hope that Chicago sucks so you can get it with Chicago's pick if they get you a high pick. But if not,
Chicago sucks.
You can't draft your quarterback.
Chicago sucks though. That's a good thing.
If they do
they gotta be worse.
They are. They are.
Quarterback. They gotta be worse.
Exactly.
They gotta be trash. They can't suck. They gotta be trash.
Maybe you can hope out. Maybe you can look out. Hope you get Geno Smith if he's under one contract.
Oh yeah. I don't know. They might keep him in Seattle now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they need to. They better.
He played like shit almost all day, and then at the end of the game, he started to show up, and it was too little, too late. He ruined my Geno MVP champ for the last 6 weeks. Speaking of money, not to change subject.
No, go ahead.
The Yankees re-signed Rizzo.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
And guess what? Not to switch subject. Rizzo's going to hit 275 next year.
Yeah, the shift is gone.
The shift is gone.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Now you got to play straight up.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot about that shift being gone.
Can't have a guy in the outfield. Everybody in the infield's feet got to be in the dirt.
You can't have three guys on the left side or right side of the second base. Yeah,
that's good.
Yep,
that's good. Yo, what the
now? You know what though? We'll really. Now again, I don't mean to change subjects. So I'm sorry, but now we're really going to find out who's the hitters, because I always thought that if you couldn't get a hit and one whole side of the damn field is empty, how are you going to get a hit when all of those positions are filled?
Right.
I understand the three guys on, let's say, the right field side and one guy in the outfield. That I could understand. That's a little hard. But when you got a whole side of the field open, the whole side of the infield diamond is open, and you can't get a base hit, how the hell are you going to do that when all four of them are in their right spot?
But you know, Dom, when you played, not so take it there, but analytics wasn't what it is now.
No.
Everything was swing level and go with the ball. Everything now is launch angle, swing up. So if I'm swinging up, I'm not trying to hit the opposite way because that's not going to help me swing up.
Nope.
Right.
So I'm not hitting that open spot.
I grew up in the days of Rod Carew.
You grew up in the 250 or you're not playing days, right?
Hit it where it's pitched.
Yeah.
If the ball is pitched outside, you drive that shit to right field.
Okay.
If it's inside, you drive that shit to left field.
Right.
Not no more. Now guys just sit on that one pitch.
Everything is full.
You got a whole side of the diamond open. Man, you better learn how to hit that outside pitch, because that's the only way you're going to go to that open side of the field.
Right.
So,
well, I can tell you right now, like me, baseball is my first love. You know what I'm saying? Before anything, and I'm a left-handed hitter. Dave could tell you, I have a natural, like, just a perfect like swing. You know what I'm saying? Line drive with power. That was me. I always had trouble. The one thing I had trouble with was hitting to the opposite field. Always. I pulled everything. But the good thing is I hit the ball so hard. I had like, what did they do that speed off the bat? I know I'm hitting like about 99, 100 miles per hour off the bat.
Or exit velo. Yeah, exit velo.
Exit velocity,
yeah. I know I'm hitting that easily. You know what I'm saying? So guys, when I hit the ball, they just like cover up. Like the poor second baseman, the first baseman, they're like, nah, we're not trying to even get in the way of that rocket. You understand what I'm saying? So, but man, I had trouble. Even they tried to do the shift on me, and I said, I'm going to try to go. I had a hard time trying to go another way. It wasn't happening. I'm popping the ball up.
I didn't have a problem with that because I was I hate to say it, I was such a natural when it came to baseball because I pitched, I played short, I could hit, I had an arm. But I could hit anywhere. I would be at bat. I would say, I'm not going to swing until I can hit the ball in right center. If the pitcher don't throw me that, he's going to end up walking me. He's going to throw me a pitch on the right side of that plate, and I'm going to drive it right between the right fielder and the center fielder.
I hear you.
I mean, I don't mean to sound like that, but I was that good of a hitter that I would just sit there and say, I know where I'm going to hit it. I'm talking to myself. I know where I'm going to hit it. I'm going to wait because there's a man on second. I'm going to wait. He's going to throw me a pitch. He's going to slip up and throw me a pitch outside thinking I ain't going to swing.
Right.
And guess what? Sometimes I would let him get the 3-0. You would think, he ain't going to swing at this shit. And
and I'm swinging.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my coach yelling and screaming at me.
Of course. But I'm swinging. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting it right in the gap. That's it. That's my pitch. That's my pitch.
And we're going to see, like I said, not to get off subject, but I'm going to end it. We're going to see who's the real hitters now.
Yeah, numbers are going to change. A lot of numbers are going to change.
Exactly.
And a lot of strikeouts is also going to go down now, too.
Right.
Because
you're not pulling everything.
May go up something, like a Rizzo. Because now you're not going to have a guy playing short right field. Ain't no more of that. Everybody's feet got to be on that dirt.
Yep, exactly.
There's only 4 of y'all. 3 outfielders. There ain't no more of this stuff. So the power hitters that could make decent contact, they might win. The guys that couldn't hit, can't hit. So we'll see. It's going to be fun though.
Oh, no doubt. Well, let me return back to the lane of football. We talked about Buffalo real quick. Let's talk about another team that's having a little difficulty at this time. The Dallas Cowboys. Oh, everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite. Yeah, I think this is very valid. All the talent they have. First of all, Zeke is gone. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, can anybody put a finger on just the level of regression with him? I mean, is it injuries? Is it that he was just a flash in the pan, dare I say? I know we had one guy in this group. He's no longer here. He was predicting both he and Dak were going to wind up being Hall of Famers.
Ooh.
Yeah. He was a true, what did he call himself? A Lake boy? He was a Lakers and a Cowboy fan. That's one of the most, alternative sounding.
Yeah. That was a good one there.
That's what he referred to himself, as a Lake boy. I was like, what?
Is he still part of the group?
Nah, he's gone. He's gone.
Who's the guy that used to be with us? Oh, the white guy. He's still in that Facebook group.
Oh, Marshall? Yeah,
Marshall.
Yeah, he's a Cowboy fan, but he's a realistic Cowboy fan. He doesn't.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
He's very realistic about his team. He's not one of these overzealous types. No, that's not him. He'll tell it like it is. And also Ronan Black, our boy Ronan, is also a diehard Cowboy fan. You know, he's very realistic. Yeah.
Ronan?
Oh, you ain't know that?
No.
Yeah.
The one who's always chiming in with the good one-liners.
Exactly.
All the great quotes.
Yeah.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, he's a Cowboy fan.
Hey, but is it me? Because again, y'all know I'm not the biggest football guy, but it seemed like Zeke left fast after he got paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, he made a hard left and really never came back.
Did.
I mean,
well, it's to the point now where I have to consider Pollard the true running back on that team.
Yeah.
And I like Pollard. I'm no Cowboy fan, but I like that dude. He works hard. You understand? He gets his yardage. You know what I'm saying? So I like him a lot more than Zeke. Zeke, I never really liked him because, then again, the guy always looked like a goddamn what's that shit from Star Wars? And what's that? Yeah, Ewok.
Yeah.
I never liked that guy anyway because I was like, this motherfucker look too much like a damn Ewok. I was like, nah, I can't root for this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But Pollard is the guy. Is that dude? Dak, I don't know, man. What
was their downfall? What was it? No receivers, no quarterback, like. Because there's a question mark in everything on this. Dak, is he a good quarterback? Who's their receiving core? Can this one be the running back, or is this one the running back? What's wrong with this pass rusher? Like, where did all these questions come from?
Mm-hmm.
They got a good team,
and that's where it's like where did it fall apart at?
Mm-hmm.
You know, my boy from Penn State. He be running down running backs.
Yeah, Parsons, bro. Micah, oh my God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's the truth.
And then they got the cornerback that had left the league last year. And so it's like, what is it? What's wrong?
I don't know.
Is it coaching?
It could be the coach. It really literally could be the coach. That's what Mike McCarthy out there. You know?
I think it's the curse of Babe Ruth, man. I think they're just cursed, man. I hate to say that.
It's the Jerry Jones curse. It's been the owner.
You know what I mean?
They're just not good. They're just not good. It's overhyped. That's it. They're just not good.
You really think so? I mean, they got talent there. That's what I'm saying. Well, you say overhyped, but they got the talent.
Not good. They're just not good. It's even if they are playing, even if Dak is still playing the way he's supposed to, they're still a 500 team. They're still a 500 team every single year. Like. And even if they go like 9-7 or somewhere along there, they winning the championship, they're doing this, they could be like 2-0. and they ready to start making championship jackets and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, talking about, we got the NFC East, we got this.
I'm the only one that sees Dak Prescott drop back and say, "Oh shit." Every time I see him do something, I'm like, "Oh man, is that the play? Is he gonna get hurt?
Yeah, I understand.
He's gonna trip over his feet and break his ankle." I don't know.
Or make a boneheaded play and then get concussed by trying to tackle the guy or something.
Yeah. Stupid.
Almost starting to look at Russell Wilson that way now.
Russell Wilson, he's living a good life. Russell Wilson's living a good life. It's like, yo, wow, what do I need this football for? I just need to get this check. I got this guaranteed money. I'm writing kids' books. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna be on Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a regular on Sesame Street. Yeah, he in that.
He's what they call him.
He in that lane right now. He in that lane. They get ready to make him a Muppet. You know what I'm saying?
but I look at Dak Prescott like that now. Like, I don't know why that every time he drops back, I'm like, oh, is this the end? Who's get back up? Is he gonna come back in and win 4 straight? Oh
well, and they were bigging that guy up for a bit while he was out.
Right. What happened to that guy? What happened to that guy?
Reality.
Yeah. The curse of the Cowboys.
He fell to earth.
The curse of the Cowboys. The curse of the Cowboys.
That magic ride was over.
I think it's Jimmy Johnson, man. I think it's the curse of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not impressed by McCarthy at all, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know he was.
You ain't been impressed by nobody they've had since Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Barry Switzer, who had the same team.
Yeah, it was just don't do nothing. Just show up and hold the clipboard and clap.
and he did do something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So when you looking at after Jimmy Johnson, who did they really have?
Nah, nobody.
It's the curse of Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yeah. But
look at what's his name. They can't get out their way no more either.
Who?
Miami.
Oh, Tua.
Built them up. Jimmy Johnson was the coach at the U. Remember?
Yep, I do remember that.
And what? Best. He got some.
He had a monster squad, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I don't want him to die, but Jesus, he done fucked up 2 schools, a school and a team.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Who was their coach before McCarthy? Oh, Garrett. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so coaching beginning of Dak's coaching now.
Right.
Offense same. So that's what's wrong with the Cowboys? Like, what is it? Dude. You have so much talent, but you can't get a coach to coach the talent.
Right. Well, I don't think it's
that Jerry Jones come down, let him coach. That's what you want to do anyway.
I don't think have a heart attack.
But I don't think it's a curse, man. I think it's the coaching. I really do. And it could be from head coach down to the special teams coach, whatever the case may be. Because the talent is there. You could you want Bishop, but they got talent.
No. I'm just saying they got talent, but it's always something.
Right.
It's always something. It's like penalties. It's always something.
If we're talking penalties, then it definitely falls on coaching. You understand? They got to straighten
but then you go back, you talk about McCarthy.
And they had the same penalty problems with Jason Garrett. Same thing.
All the talent.
Right.
It's a curse, man. And then you went and built that $40 billion playpen. You don't have that big open ceiling for God to look down at his Cowboys. That's why they didn't close the roof, remember? So God could watch the Cowboys on Sunday. Yeah. All right. I remember that I was in Texas twice, guys. That was a hard life to live being and I was there when they were good.
Right.
Oh,
the God of mediocrity.
Wow.
I actually got a chance to go on the field, man. It was beautiful. I got to meet Michael Irvin.
Oh, man.
It was nice, but they had I don't know what happened, man. The Cowboys just got too big for their own britches. And now they're like the Yankees. Most popular, most money, And neither one of them have. Well, the Yankees have won a ring in this lifetime.
Right, exactly.
Cowboys haven't won since what, 1996?
It's been what, 30 years?
Yeah, the Yankees have put a few championships
maybe
together
even longer
then.
than that. Maybe even longer.
I think it was 96, right?
Yeah, 96. Remember they won back to back.
Yeah.
Then they beat the Bills, right? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. And our Did You Know segment of the show. The New York Jets have been to more conference championships since the Cowboys since 1996.
That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Yeah. That's saying
that shit.
Yeah, that's saying a lot right there. Word. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're cursed.
Yeah. I still have a hard time believing it, but I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I have a hard time believing that though. All right. And our last topic of the day, or the night, should I say, who would have thunk this? I know Jose and I was talking about this a little earlier before showtime. Both AFC East and NFC East are the best divisions in the NFL today. Today. I looked at the AFC East with my boys, of course, and of course the first place Miami Dolphins and the second place Jets. And then New England, I didn't realize they were 5-4. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought they was like dead fish in the water. Like, okay, the hell with them. But they're over 500 as a last place team. Shocking.
They're the only two conferences where everybody's at or above 500.
There you go. Exactly. I find that amazing because I'm guilty of this as well. I said early on before the season started, we got to watch the AFC West. That's going to be the division. That's going to be the division. Maybe I'm not alone in thinking that, but you take a look at it. Yeah, Kansas City at San Diego or LA Chargers. You know what I'm saying? You had Denver. You know what I'm saying? You had Raiders, exactly. And I'm like, yo, all those teams are stacked. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, games got to be played. And I'm just shocked to see how these two divisions are like the class of the league at this point in the season. I'm shocked. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think the Jets were going to be as good as they are, but they got a solid defense. I'm not going to front. You know what I mean? I'm not going to front.
And like we were talking about earlier, there's a possibility that six of the playoffs coming in are going to be out of this division. 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah.
That's correct. 3.
And I thought I was overbidding when I said I thought the Jets would win 9 games this year.
It looks like they're going to get
I was taking a shot. I'm like 9-8.
Yeah.
Because it always seems like they end the season good. They had a shitty year. They go on a little run at the end of the year.
Right.
I'm like, well, it's between them. I'll still say this. It's between them and the Eagles who had the best draft. And it's showing. It's actually showing, with both teams, actually.
For sure.
The Jets and the Eagles. So I thought, 9 wins, and they'll be moving forward finally in a good direction after all these years.
Right.
And they already got 6 wins.
Right. Exactly.
I'm like, wow.
Well, you know what, Dom? Not for nothing, man. I think we touched on this a little bit last show, with that whole comparison, who's better off at this point, the Jets or the Giants. We touched on that a little bit, man. Yo, the Jets, I really believe, are at a much better point than the Giants, to tell you honestly, because they got some nice young talent. The Williams brothers on defense. Them boys are serious. They got
another island. They got another island going with that.
Exactly.
The barbecue sauce.
I ain't gonna lie with that. That man is scary.
He's serious.
That's what I mean. They had a great draft, and they already had pretty good young pieces before the draft.
Exactly. And
it takes, how the football is. It takes a few years. It ain't like basketball.
Right.
It takes a couple of years for these kids out of college and the NFL to. But man, like I said, I told y'all in the beginning, 9 wins. I'm thinking, man, if they gel, how these young players.
Are you nervous about Zach Wilson health-wise?
Yes. I was getting ready to say that.
He need to get some weight or something because
Something.
Yeah,
man.
I get worried about that. He's a little on the light side and small side too. He's not bulky or nothing. That's the one fear I have.
Exactly.
I will say one thing about him. He's not afraid.
Right.
No.
You don't see a guy that's back there worrying about what he's going to F up or he plays a good game. I'm not going to say he's.
But I know sometimes you like don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
But he don't have that fear of I hate to say fucking up, but he don't have that fear. He goes out there, he plays the game.
Right.
He got a good defense again.
Yeah, that's good. That's
and it's admirable that he's not afraid, but it's also very scary.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
very scary. You know what I'm saying?
Big.
Right.
Not that big. So yeah.
But yeah, you guys
might be in the Cam Reddish mold or put some pounds on and
for sure.
But
they get a good running back and feed that ball. That's it, man.
Well, they're their own worst enemy because they weren't that good, and they're having a good season. So that means next year they're going to get spanked.
Exactly.
They're going to get spanked. Where the Jets, they're putting up good fights with these dudes in the AFC, and they're still growing,
and they're facing better competition.
Yes.
They don't have a softy schedule like the Giants do.
Yeah, remember they had the higher draft pick than the Giants, therefore their schedule is softer.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
The Jets do have a soft schedule too. Remember that. They had the higher draft pick.
I will say this. I won $10 last night. I was gonna text y'all. I'm like, yo, guys, I had a funny feeling the Redskins, Commanders. I had a funny feeling they're gonna win. It's time for the wheels to fall off. So in one weekend, we don't have to hear, how about them Cowboys and fly, Eagles, fly.
Right, exactly.
It was a good weekend in football, guys. We got to say
like
that.
I was saying earlier to Angus, it's always like this with the NFC East. Yeah. One team has a problem with another team in the division.
Sure.
So I guess this year the Eagles are going to have a problem with Washington. Yep. They'll beat the Giants, they'll beat the Cowboys, but they'll lose both games to the Commanders.
Yeah.
That's just how this division is.
Indeed.
No one can go 5-1.
They had some good games this weekend, guys, and some of them were national games.
Right.
Like Buffalo. I got to see Buffalo and Minnesota.
Right.
Cowboys and the Packers. Eagles and the Washington.
Yo, why the hell is the Packers like on every goddamn national game every week? It seems like
the Cowboys.
Yeah, why? I'm like, okay, come on.
I don't know.
that always fascinated me. I said, God damn, y'all that much in love with Aaron? Really? Like that?
And they're done. They're done.
Yeah, they're toast.
I don't care if they won yesterday. They're done.
Yeah, they toast. That's it.
And there goes Minnesota again.
How about them?
Just
8-1.
Yeah, just doing what
I couldn't even. I didn't even see that happening. I didn't even
know.
Let me be honest with you. This is embarrassing. I didn't even know they were 7-1. That's how much I was. That's how little I was paying attention to these guys. I didn't realize. I was like, they're 7-1. I was like, when? Who they play? What's happening here?
Remember, they've done that before, where they just disappeared.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the original Schumer. Oh, right. That was the coach Schumer.
Yeah.
He did the same thing, and it's like, okay, what happened?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You let Kirk Cousins get hot at the right time.
And
that's his magic type. Yeah, he's another one where he can and why at the same game.
And he has a huge weapon. That boy, Jefferson.
Jefferson can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I normally watch Red Zone, but the last couple of weeks we've had, because again, guys, I'm stymied like Bishop. We have to see the Panthers. So during the time the Panthers are on, I normally watch Red Zone. But the last couple of weeks, I got pretty lucky. I got to see the Jets.
Yeah.
Got to see the Bills. Minnesota. So it was pretty good. I mean, I'm finally getting back in the flow. But Kirk Cousins, that dude is We was just talking about him all last week.
Exactly.
What's that saying he said going in the locker room?
You like that?
Like that? Like that? Yeah.
Oh. You don't get hurt.
Nah.
Last time he got hurt.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Out there
it's been a minute.
Shit.
Yo, he earned my respect. I ain't gonna lie. Mac was gonna hate. Mac's gonna hate us for that. Mac is gonna hate us for that. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, hopefully next show we'll have Mac back so I can tease his ass about, even though he beat my team, he could come back on me like that, but it's all good.
Has he been going to work on?
Nah, I don't think so, man.
He's that sick?
Yeah, he still has that cough and whatnot. He said he's gonna take another test, and because I think the last test he said he took it was negative. But I'm like, dude, this is like a couple of weeks now. What's good, So, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, there's some people that have colds that last for a few weeks. I'm not one of them. My shit lasts like 2 days. I said I'm done. If I even get it, you know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. It sucks for me because in the summer, I cough. My allergies don't make me sneeze; they make me cough.
Okay.
So I got everybody around me getting paranoid, covering their face, thinking I got COVID.
Exactly. They're looking at you. Exactly. Yo, I hate.
Then I got to take my Zyrtec so I can stop coughing.
Dude, you know what I hate? I swear this is bothering. Sometimes the saliva in my neck it'll go down the wrong way, so you have to cough. So I'm coughing, and people look at me like I'm like, "Yo, just relax. It ain't that."
You can't cough no more, man.
Nah, you really can't.
It's like cancel culture. You can't say you're sorry. You can't cough no more. Everybody looks at you like, "Oh no, it's the boogeyman."
Exactly. I this is why I hate society. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel that you should be able to say whatever you want to say, and that's it. No, I don't give a. Let me tell you something real quick. A funny story I want to share with you guys. I was playing around and I said, you know what? I should run for mayor of New York City. I really need to. Yeah, because I'm a real New Yorker. See, one thing that I'll never do, I'll put something out there for the public. I'll never take it back. Like, I'll give you an example. At the time, de Blasio, when you had the Jewish people, they had the little outbreak with the measles, in Brooklyn. And I actually had a little respect for the mayor because he was like blasting them, saying, "Oh, this and that, and you guys got to do the right." No later than 12 hours later, he did a complete 180, apologizing, being softer to them because they got at him, I guess. You know what I'm saying? They're very powerful group. I get that. Now, me, that would have been, I said, listen, I'm trying to protect the rest of you fellow New Yorkers and yourselves. Okay, we want to keep this city healthy. So if you don't get these shots and you don't take care of yourself immediately, I'm gonna not only fine your community, y'all are going to jail. That's it. There's no, you could talk bad. Listen, if it's that serious, you could vote me out in about a year or two, whatever. But until then, I'm sticking to what I said. I'm not folding to no pressure. It's not about you. It's about all of us. You understand? So, but that's what I'm saying. If I ever got elected, they'll love me and hate me at the same time.
Jose, do you still live in New York?
I still live in New York. I got no fear. I know what I gotta do.
I was just asking. Because you know what? Now what's his name's up against the same thing. He don't know which side to stand on no more.
Yeah.
In this short term. Adams.
Yeah.
But Adams, listen, I'm in New York. I tell you right now, Adams is a flip flopper. Always has been. So you know what you put in office. So there's no.
In his case, I almost understand where he's coming from. I mean, again, his background, cop, whatever. But you can't be, or you can't want to be tough on crime, and then you got these DAs that want everybody out. Then you got a governor who I knew through all of this shit that she would get reelected. And now you're battling with your own city how to go about crime. You want to let people out. You don't want to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. So you're force feeding the DAs to do this shit. So now Adams, again, a former cop, He's looking at the work they're putting in, and these fuckers going out. You heard about that girl that got killed by her ex-lover who was stalking her, who was let out of prison numerous times.
Yep.
Then he ended up killing her. Her family is going to try to sue. I don't know how far it'll go, but it's sad when you got to put a mayor in that position. And again, I'm not an Adams fan. You know, I am not a Democrat, first and foremost.
No.
I'm not a Republican either, but I feel sorry for him because even his police commissioner is like, you know, what do we do? We do our job, and they're saying, oh, well, you know, let's let him back out.
Yeah.
I don't get that part. So in that case, I feel sorry. But if you decide to run, I'll commute. I'll help you. I'll be down there. I ain't got nothing to do. You know that. I ain't got nothing to do. It's all good to do. Shit.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take you up on your offer, brother. If I make that decision, I'm telling you right now, man, because you know my thing is fairness. You understand? You know, we live in one of the most expensive, if not the, well, it's probably not the most expensive city in America, but it's definitely up there. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like, yo, and I just saw some article earlier today about, you know, about the $15 minimum, right? In New York, they're saying it's not enough.
No.
In a few short years that they enacted this, it's not enough. And I agree, it's not enough because now we have inflation.
Yeah.
Everything is going up. $15 an hour is not getting it.
Right.
It's not going to get it. You know what I'm saying?
How much is gas in New York? $5 a gallon?
It fluctuates. It fluctuates. You know what I'm saying?
$5 a gallon in California. So I'm thinking Cali, New York.
Right. But it fluctuates.
You know, if you know, I'm a New Yorker, guys, and I always read the news. I love reading the news. I love educating. Y'all are averaging, on average, 250,000 people fleeing the city every year for the last 6-7 years.
Yeah, good. Exactly.
But it doesn't matter because the numbers keep on climbing because they're coming back in droves too, though. That's
Well, they're not coming back like that. Let's just
no, they are.
People,
they're just
and
not.
Again, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on.
They're out of the Europeans are coming in and crowding in and doing the 5 people in the 2-bedroom.
Right.
We weren't doing that.
We're
That's
not
what
talking about Joes like me and you, Jose. Let's keep it honest. But you can't knock people because when you look at geographically, California, they're fleeing to Texas. New York, they're fleeing to Florida. Now, y'all all remember, we're all old enough to remember, oh, man, when I retire, I'm going to move to Florida. You heard all that shit when you were a kid. But now it's like, okay, your taxes are a hell of a lot less. The cost of living is a hell of a lot lower. Why do you think y'all, New Yorkers, had such an influx of people going back south to Atlanta, Charlotte, South Carolina? Because of the taxes and the cost of living.
Well,
you know, I don't know how y'all do it, guys. You're right. $15 an hour.
It's not cutting it. I'll be 100% with you guys. When I retire, I'm leaving this country. I'm out of here.
Yeah, you keep saying that. You're gonna go to the DR?
No. I'm not gonna have anybody try to kill me. No.
Saying one time you was gonna go to the DR.
I was, but then I had to do some checking. I was like, oh, this might not be a good move for me. No.
I'm telling you right now, you could talk to Bishop. Your best bet is hang up your gloves, come on down south, and live the rest of your life peacefully, calmly.
I don't know if I can do that.
Bishop lives in Charlotte or somewhere near Charlotte. You know? So he's got kind of the best of both worlds. Charlotte ain't no, major metropolitan area, but it's a beautiful little city.
Okay.
I live in, countryside.
Yeah. I'll consider it, but
it's radar.
I tell you, Lisbon, Portugal is looking pretty good. Okay, yeah, that's looking pretty damn impressive.
They tried to get me to Costa Rica. I was scared to go over there.
Don't go.
No, I might not come back. I ain't coming back.
Come on.
I ain't coming back.
Where did you say you were gonna go?
Lisbon, Portugal.
Oof. God bless you.
Dude, you have no idea. Holy oh man.
How much can you make and live good a year?
Man, listen, I could cover that. without my extra 401k money, I could do that on Social Security if I wanted to, man. Comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Close to that too, ain't you, R?
Yeah, for sure.
How old are you now, R?
58. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I could do
that,
it.
R. I told you I'm tapping out early.
Yeah,
I ain't working like 10 years. What am I waiting for?
Exactly.
Give my money. Let me get out of here.
That's what I'm talking about. Straight up, man. I had enough of America. I'm done.
I told you. I already started planning. I traded my car, got a Benz. I'm just wanting them couple of extra chips.
See? Exactly.
Yeah.
You got it, man.
Come south, R. Come south and live the life, man.
I think about it. I'll think about it for a few. I ain't gonna lie. But
well, I always told you, R, and it's still available. You know, come on down. We'll take care of you while you're here.
All right.
I hear you around. You know I can cook.
Yeah, well, you got that in your favor for sure.
That's what happens when you ain't got shit to do, R.
You got. But guys, I want to thank y'all, man. I'm gonna
thank you.
Close this down. Dom, thank you for being there. My man Jose, and of course the Bishop. Thanks for joining us tonight. People in the chat room, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Until next time, maybe we might have Mac 611. This way, Jose could actually meet Mac. Hopefully. All right. So you guys take care, peace out, and have a great rest of your week.